What I want to talk about today is attracting and keeping large groups of people. Okay. We can call it butts and chairs. We can call it AUMs, assets under management. We can call it whatever you want to call it. It's not just an IBA. An IBA pays you nothing. Okay. Even the field training you do from the IBA, it's gone. Okay. You spent the money, it's gone. What you want and what creates a valuable business value. You came here. I don't know why you came here. Okay. But hopefully since you've been here, you've decided to get wealthy. You've decided to, well, whatever that is to you, you decided to create a business. What attracts people? I just took it from the companies that are looking for people, the top things that people are looking for. In their brain, they're hardwired that they're looking for certain things. What attracts them? Well, a significant increase in income certainly attracts. I mean, we've talked about this for forever. You measure people's quality of life. If I go talk to every single human being in the US and Canada and ask them, what would increase your quality of life? My suspicion is every single one of them would say more money and work less. What they're really looking for is freedom. People are looking for organizations that are diverse and inclusive. But I think we're not very good, or at least we can get better at this last one. People are looking for a place they can change the world. People are looking for a place where they can do something significant, okay? Working with a purpose, okay? They don't want to just crank out a product. They don't want to just show up every day and do their gig. They want to feel like they're part of something that matters. I'm not sure that every interview where we're talking about that with passion. 60% of the population is what I would call relationship type people. Okay. Yeah. They want to make more money. Yeah. They want more time with their family. Okay. They want to do something that's significant. Are we doing a good job with that? It takes time to recruit somebody. Okay. Why not spend a little time keeping them? The things that attract them are also the things that will keep them. You want a double-digit license? You want to have a licensing ratio of 30% or more? Okay. If you just keep people, eventually they're going to get licensed. So in my opinion, why spend the time to go get an IBA if you're not going to keep them? If you're not going to keep them, you're not going to get them licensed. Okay. So what keeps people? Well, I don't know how it works in your office. Okay. But most of the people in my office aren't going to make a crap ton of money the first 30 days. And there's a certain percentage of the population that goes out after that, okay? Maybe the timing in their life is awesome right now. Maybe they're just super confident. Maybe they just got a great field trainer. I don't know what it is, but most of the people don't do that. But I still want to keep them because I know the Kathy Brennans of the world, okay, the Taylors of the world, some of the greats of Team Unstoppable, they really didn't, the farmers of the world, they really didn't do a lot of production in their first 30, 60, 90 days. But by keeping them, okay, we built an empire. Can you imagine if you took Team Unstoppable or any other team for that matter and cut out the folks, just eliminated the folks that weren't rock stars their first 30 to 60 days? What would our businesses look like? Okay. You cut out me. What keeps people? People will forget what you say. They may forget what you do, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. You want to build an army? Okay. Make people feel special. Okay. Tap into their heart. Let them feel like they're part of something that's changing the world. So the question you got to ask yourself is, are we igniting their passion? Okay. Are we stirring their soul? Are we letting them know that they're part of history? You might even ask yourself, okay, do you feel like you're part of history? You want to build a huge business? Touch people's hearts. Let them know you're there for them. It's not a generational thing. It's a human thing. If Art was around today, he would have the same exact success. It's a human thing, okay? It's touching people's heart. I've told you a million times, I came here, I was a 21-year-old kid. I just wanted to get rich. But you know why Chris Koob is still here? It's not because they paid him a lot of money, okay, because they didn't pay him a lot of money early on. The reason why Chris Koob is still here is because of the crusade, okay, of making a difference in people's lives, seeing that what he did mattered, okay? What keeps most people is the mission. Everybody wants to make a difference. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, okay? If your meetings don't scream this, okay, you're going to have a revolving door. Everyone wants to make a difference. Everybody wants to do something magical. No one wants to just do what they do to pay a bill. They want to do something magical. They want to be caught up in something special. Are you catching them up? Okay. Are you encompassing something special? Most of us don't have the ego that we believe we can change the world, okay? But if we're part of something, we can be a cog in the wheel that changes the world. Every training, every presentation, every conversation, touch the heart, talk about money, and talk about freedom, okay? You do that, and you're going to build an army, an absolute army. All of us have been customers before, and all of us have been treated like a number. They say that family-owned companies that are generational will have 3 times the success of companies that are publicly traded. Okay. And the reason for that is publicly traded companies, if they're not careful, will just be transactional. They'll just be the numbers. Every single one of you had been a customer of a company that you were just a number. In fact, most of the companies that you do business with, you're just a number, aren't you? I'm just a number. They don't make us feel special. In fact, most time we're just happy for them to do what they say they're going to do. We don't even care whether they're passionate about for us being a customer. Okay. How many companies make you feel like they care? Most companies just sell anything just to make a profit. They're advertising their market brochure by, oh, we love you. We think you're wonderful. They don't even care. It's just a transaction. Well, let me ask you, how do you feel about those companies? Are you going to give referrals to those companies? Are you going to bet your life on those companies if you work for them? See, I can't think of any mission more significant right now in the US and Canada from a business standpoint than financial literacy, okay? In fact, John Bryant said financial literacy is the civil rights issue of this generation. Families are hurting, okay? Bills, okay? Money is tight. For us to be able to help somebody with their auto and home insurance, save them a little money, okay? Maybe help them get out of debt, a debt stacking or mortgage, retirement, protect their family. What we do matters, okay? It matters. We help somebody get a will. You understand what happens to a family if there's no will and a breadwinner, a parent dies? It's disastrous. Okay. A will tells them not only where they want the kids, but also where they want the money. And it might not be the same thing. The person that's awesome with their kids might not be great with money. A will does all that for them. What we do is matters. Okay. I don't know of anything that keeps people consistently staying up late at night more than money. It can't just be a transaction with us. Do your teammates and clients generally know you care? When you leave their house, is it a long-term relationship that was just started, or is it a transaction? Why do you do an F&A? Let me just tell you why. Okay. Number one, and by the way, our field trainers have plenty of time. It ain't like they've got 5 closes every day and they just can't get to doing an F&A. Let's be very frank with ourselves, okay? We all got plenty of time. Just take away a fraction of your screen time, and I promise you have time for an F&A. Might take you 10 minutes, okay? The client needs a financial independence number. They deserve a financial independence number. It helps the client actually visualize where the end goal is, okay? It's very hard to stay focused on a goal unless you have the end in mind. There are no securities if somebody doesn't do an F&A, especially if folks that aren't securities licensed. Okay, if you got field trainers that aren't securities licensed, they won't find the assets unless they do an F&A. The newest teammate needs the credibility of the F&A. It's easier to close. It creates a duplicatable process. Let me just end with this. Everybody thinks about having significance. Everybody thinks about doing something special. All of us, okay? No one wants their life to be a waste. No one wants their life to not matter. But what happens is we want to wave a magic, okay, and we change the world, okay? We want to grace everybody with our presence and we want to change the world. This is not new to this generation, okay? There's a tomb that's 300 years old that has this written on it in Europe. Basically, it says this individual set out to change the world. And as he got older, okay, he realized the world would have none of it. So he said, okay, I'm going to settle for changing my country. And as you might suspect, over time, that wasn't working. So he said, okay, I'm going to change my community. And their community would have none of it. In the last desperate attempt, he says, okay, I'm going to change my family, okay? Anybody ever tried to change their family? How's that work? And at last, in his older years, he realized if he had focused on changing himself by her example, they might have changed their family, maybe even their community, and who knows, they might have even changed their country and the world. We are sitting on a moment in history. I hope you believe that. A moment in history where All the population of Canada and the US, adult population, needs financial literacy, needs somebody to come alongside them and help them with their financial world. It's a funny thing about history. It doesn't feel historic when you're sitting in the middle of it. It just feels like another day. What we do about today will make all the difference in the world, whether we make history. I'm challenging all of us. Let's go make history. Maybe not individually, but together we can. And when you get part of getting swept up in something that's changing history, it's kind of like the rising tide. It just kind of raises all the boats.